My name is Maria. I am your free spirit, sea siren, or your mystic oracle. Um, I call myself an oracle because yes, I use tarot cards. I read tarot cards. I don't consider myself a tarot reader. I operate off of intuition. Mostly, once I connect with my guides, everything I say is timeless and wrapped in unconditional love. And I ask that I say whatever the collective, which is whoever finds this video at whatever moment it may find you, that I share whatever you need to hear in order to live your authentic, highest, truest self, and you are living out your purpose here on this earth. Um, that's where all of this comes from. I did try to record this earlier. I don't know if part of it is on my feed or not. There's a plane going over me, and I have the back door open, so I apologize if anyone can see that. I can't control it either. I'm just acknowledging that there. Um, so I don't know what you may have seen of the other video. So we are going to recap certain things, but this time I plan on going more deeper into the Oracle deck. I asked Spirit to share with me what is it that we, the collective, need to know at this time in order for us to either tap in, release, and just really step into and become the highest version of ourselves and really live out our authentic, rising point that we're meant to as humans. So just a quick recap. Oracle cards that we pulled out, some of them we kind of know why. So for the animal spirit oracles, we got two protection messages. The parrot spirit, one was to watch your words. So just speak with a little bit more thought, logic. Maybe logic might not be the wrong word, but speak more from your heart chakra and your heart center, and really from a place of love. It doesn't mean what you have to say isn't necessary or tough or truthful, too, as I say that. But it needs to be said because sometimes when we hold back our truth, we don't use our words properly, it ends up hurting or doing more damage than actual help. Also, once we say something, we can't take it back. So be mindful, be cautious. Really think about what you say and what you mean because that carries weight, lots of weight, more weight than you even know. Um, if you've ever heard of nocebo, which is the opposite of the placebo or placebo, so placebo or placebo is when you are given something that's neutral, but you use positive thoughts to believe that something is happening. So when you have the placebo effect in a study, you are believing you're going to get a positive outcome based on the drugs that you're taking when really all you're taking is a sugar pill. Same thing. Nocebo is the opposite of that. It's when you use negative words to hinder what you have to say in the capacity, 333, as I say that. So use your words wisely. Know they carry weight. Know they carry value. Everything that you say, the universe hears it and it takes it and it resonates all the way to the opposite side of the world from where you are. So bear that in mind. I don't need to go into that a little bit too much. But also the antelope protection spirit, life is speeding up. At least here, we just had a supermoon in Aquarius. Um, this could be your manifestation taking light and coming together faster and speeding up in a way where you feel like things are moving too fast. The faster or what the animal spirit. Maybe this applies to you, maybe it doesn't, but I don't believe in coincidences. Chances are, if you're seeing this video too, you also don't. I do believe you found this for a reason, and there is a message in here for you, but only you will know what that message is. Only you can say, this is for me, this isn't for me, this resonates with me, this doesn't resonate with me. Please keep in mind of how your body is feeling. 555 as I say that. More specifically, the kundalini, that's what's known as more sexual energy. That feels more like a bonfire that starts like in your hips and rises all the way up to your head, depending on how expansive it is. And although it's given sexual energy, it's not all sexual. It doesn't have to happen via more intimate or intimate kind of a wrong word, but it's the one that spirit wanted me to use at this time, but more closeness, if you will. Um, that is where the ultimate creation happens, and you don't actually need to be physically with somebody in order to create something that's absolutely incredible. If you want more about that, look into it. If not, you can reach out to me down below or put some information in the description box. But going into sacred oracle messages, these are more specifically to your living your authentic life in purpose. So the first one we have is Pandora's gift. You, like Pandora's box, you are Pandora's box. You have a gift in there that once you open it, it's going to explode, and there's no way to put it back in. It's out there. It's out there for everyone to see, everyone to enjoy, everyone maybe not to enjoy, because what's good always comes from bad, and there will be haters that just come with it. But let it out, whatever it is. It doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter what other people say. Just let it out. Sorry, Luna, my dog, I'm just sitting with a water bottle. We're just gonna let her enjoy that at this time. Next one, be the hunted, not be the hunter, not the hunted. But essentially, you create your own purpose. You are not to blend in with anything in this world, and no one's to come after you and tell you what you can or cannot do with your life. 808, as I said, that was a beginning, new beginnings of abundance. So definitely don't listen to other people's opinions. Doesn't matter what they think. It's your life. It's not theirs. You're in charge of being the main character of your story. They're in charge of being the main character of theirs. You do words by words. Maybe this isn't the time to tell them to go F off, but you do maybe politely say, I'm going to live my life the way that it brings me joy because it's mine. And at the end of the day, I need to be the one that's okay with putting my head down and knowing I lived it to the best and fullest of my ability, not the other person that comes in. I also get headway vibes from this. Maybe White Owl, maybe that's significant for you. Maybe Harry Potter is significant for you. Maybe there's a message coming in of sorts, because in Harry Potter they use the owls to communicate back and forth, and go to the owlery. So yeah, maybe you just see a lot of owls. Maybe there's some wisdom that's going to be delivered to you, because owls are known for wisdom. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but maybe that could be significant to you. Again, moving forward, spirals of manifestation, they're coming in. Be ready for them, continue thinking about them, continue working towards them, because there's a reason why you were given those thoughts, ideas, dreams, those manifestations to begin with. Keep them going, they're coming into fruition. And off of that, bring it into form. What I love about this is you see the soul walking, kind of looks like she's on water. You see her footprint behind her, so she's skating her way, or their way. I say her because I don't know, maybe I'm picking up more female energy by this, but I really love the fireflies. I love the circles that come from it. 10-10 to 10-11, or switching over while I was saying that. So whatever you're thinking of, whatever is coming in to light or to mind at this time when I'm showing you this card, take this as confirmation that you should start bringing this into form and bringing it into life and just giving it light, having it come alive. Maybe it's that footprint that you're leaving behind in the sand. You're leaving your mark. You're leaving your legacy. You're leaving your footprint behind. And then last but not least, seeing the true you. This kind of goes with Pandora's box. What are you hiding? What are you keeping covered? Why don't you want the world to see it? What's a part of you that you're not seeing, that you want to keep safe, that you want to keep under wraps, that you want to keep secure for whatever reason? Honor that, honor your feelings, 1111 as I say that. Um, Allow your inner child to take over. Like really, your inner child knows what it wants, what it needs, very direct on how it's feeling. Like if it's happy, it's gonna tell you this is the greatest thing that I've ever experienced. If it's unhappy, children will say, you're giving me a headache, time for me to walk away. It's the same thing. What is it about you that you're not allowing to see yourself come to light, maybe? What part of you are you not allowing the world to see? What fears do you have that are stopping you from going forward into that? Listen to those desires. Those desires, again, it comes from the Kundalini. It's that passion. It's more than just liking something. It's love. It's wanting to do whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's tarot readings, whether it's the oracle readings, or I don't know, it could be art, it could be anything. But whatever. Point is, I'm picking up both from both of those cards with my intuition that there is a gift you were given and that it's being kept under wraps and you're not sharing it and it needs to be shed. One, two, three, four, as I said that. There is a gift that you have and it needs to be shared. That's right in alignment. Um, Let it out. Allow yourself to see the true you. Allow the world around you to see the true you. Bring the manifestations into form. Stop allowing yourself to feel creative and let your gift. It's Pandora's gift. Once you unleash it, there is no going back. So answer that question. What's stopping you from unleashing it? If you're hearing this and you're like, I don't even know what it is, 1313. Gain some clarity. Maybe meditate on it for a little bit. Think about it. Again, 1324. This is the numbers are saying right now, just by me doing this reading, just taking the messages that resonate because this is going to help you to come into alignment. And if there are questions that I'm asking you off these cards and you're saying, I don't know, what do you mean? Then yes, definitely get some clarity. Because you deserve it. You're worth it. Is it going to be work? Yeah, so your work's more than easy. If you really like shadow work, one thing that I have found helpful, this is a side tangent on all of it, the burn book or the burn after writing book, you can get it off Amazon. It is work, like real work. But they're very poignant shadow work questions that I think this is very helpful in the midst of all this. 1423, as I said that, so definitely give yourself the time to check that out. In any case, moving on, because to keep things going a little bit more, Rebecca Campbell, I love her oracle cards. The latest deck that she has that come out is kind of Healing the Waters Oracle. That over here. I had to look over it to tell you. But we got four of those cards that came out. The one that's really speaking to me the most after everything that we went through is this one. Gentle force, persistence, consistency, putting that work day in and day out to bring those manifestations to reality. I get very Knight of Pentacles energy with this, which if anyone who is also familiar with tarot, you will know that is a swing figure as well, 15, 16, which it is. But this might be the same energy that you need to really go in to harness your gift and allow yourself to see the true you. So keep that in mind. Gentle force, have some consistency, some persistence, patience. It's longing. Knight of Pentacles is all about the longing and seeing that bigger picture. Next, we have the wellspring. What are you thirsty for? Meditate on that. What is it that your body is craving? This is more specifically to your body's needs, 1555. So maybe haven't moved a lot. Outside of doing tarot readings, I also teach Pilates. Movement is hugely important. You don't have to do Pilates, but even if it's just a walk or a, anything, anything to get your body moving. These are some guidelines are really coming up right now in terms of body care and taking a breath. For those of you who don't know, the American College of Sports Medicine, there we go, had to think for a second, recommends that each of us should have 2 strength training sessions a week with either 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise or high intensity exercise. It doesn't mean you do both. You pick one. So it's either you do a HIIT workout or just somewhere below. I like to use the breathing test. You should breath a little bit. If you're not pushing yourself enough. Nothing bad, just food for thought. So did you move today? Did you get your heart rate up? Did you drink your water? Did you eat your fruits and veggies? Did you take care of your body? Point blank. That's it. Like, how else can you care for your body? What else can you do for your body? What is it thirsty for? Only you know the answer to that. I don't, but clearly there is a well inside you that is just waiting to just quench you, provide you with that water, to give you what it needs in order to survive and thrive and really step into, again, your highest purpose, your most authentic self. Last couple of cards we have here, Atlantis. Keep seeing the big vision. Yeah, I feel like this is all just building off of the other cards that we have in these messages. They're kind of repeating itself a little bit, but stay in alignment as you go. Keep your eyes on that bigger picture. Keep moving forward. Keep going. Where is it? Keep that persistence. Focus on the longing. 1818. With new beginnings in abundance. So really, maybe that's what it is. Focus on the long and the ending for your abundance. What is it what's the bigger picture that you need to focus on and stay and keep your focus on? So that way, when the little distractions in life come up, you know in your heart of hearts, you've done the work, you've done the healing. If I say that, you're like, Allie, I don't know. Like, really, what do you mean? Like, the work or what's in my heart of hearts and what is it saying? It's not really quite speaking to me. It's not saying a whole lot. Meditate. That's the best advice that I have. Meditate. Um, Maybe look for some online Reiki specific to the heart chakra to open that up and really see like what's in your heart. What is it live? What's live there? What does it want? What is it craving? That kind of jazz. 1919, all about ending that bring about new beginnings. That closure of the weird tension before you get to that 10, the big completion. Numerology there for a little bit. Um, Honor. That's, I don't know. I'm still new to this to come. But I definitely feel with this one. So this one's the water oracle. Has to do with psychic abilities, acting on visions, and knowing that whatever you're seeing is destined to happen. It's destined to come to fruition. It's destined to be real when it's coming. Um, all of us have psychic abilities. Whether or not we take the time to harness it and really aspect is a different story. But each of you can read the tarot just like me. Each of you can read the oracle cards just like me. You have that same intuition to be able to do all of those things. Your intuition, in fact, is probably already telling you, it has been telling you, this is what you should be doing, this is what you should be working on, this is what's going to help you to thrive in your highest alignment and bring you the life that you want. It's just scary, and our fears tend to hold us back, and it's our comfort zone. Our comfort zone is safe, it's nice, we know we have that safety, stability, and security, and it's hard to give that up sometimes. And I see this as your psychic abilities are telling you there's something else that you need to work for. There's something else you need to put your efforts in. There's something else that you need to do in order to grow. 21 to 4. That has to do with twin flames if you're on your twin flame journey. Maybe this is something with your psychic abilities. 2134, that's allowing you to become closer or to get closer into that union with your twin flame. I know it can be a very toxic relationship, but that's often where we get the triggers that we need to and heal in the way we're supposed to. And that's how we ultimately attract our soulmate because we heal our soul. And once you heal your soul, you're able to attract in that soulmate. If you don't do the work to heal your soul, what you end up attracting is a mind mate, someone of like-minded individuals, but you may be off at your core. 2112, oh sorry, 2212, when I said that. That's a lot of two energies, a lot of one. We're about to go into the four twos right now. 2222. So definitely listen to what your intuition is saying. Listen to what your heart is saying. Open the heart chakra, and really just allow work from a place of love. Um, like I said before, just because you're saying something out of love doesn't mean it's always sugar coated in something nice and it's rainbows and butterflies. In fact, sometimes the words or the feedback or whatever we're hearing that's coming out of love is the most hardest thing to ever say or to do, and that's where the love is. I'm not saying love is tough. I'm not saying it's hard. Occasionally, yes, you do have those spots because it is work. At the end of the day, any relationship is work, platonic or non-platonic, family, friends, or something more than that. It's all work, and your intuition, your psychic abilities, 2323, it's telling you what you need to know. So tune into that. They're enhancing, especially during this time right now, regardless of whether there's a full moon or not. Um, that's something that's important for you to know. So now we're going to continue with the tarot. Um, just as I know there's more spirit has to say, it's calling me towards my showcase tarot. Um, Probably to no surprise, as I referenced Harry Potter earlier, I love magic, the mystical parts of life. I was definitely very much into fantasy as a child. It brought me joy. Um, I did read Brandon Sanderson. I'm saying the author's name correctly. From 13 because I was looking now at that, but I've been saying that. So there's definitely more mystic to come. We're starting off with the Eight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Whoo, man, 2431. We've got a lot of 1, 2, 3, 4 going on here, friends. Please take note of that and remind it. Not remind it, but remember it. Maybe to get more clear as we go on with this. This is where we are right now. So what else does spirit need us to know? What is it that our soul needs to know today for our highest and greatest good, wrapped in unconditional love? Wow. Okay. We're starting with someone else too. Now we got the double energy right here. So spirit wants us to know there is some toxicity that's coming in, and it's we've got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I take reversals as the opposite. Sometimes it's blockages. Basically, it's everything the Knight of Pentacles isn't. You don't feel that financially stable. Maybe you feel like you're having financial losses. Maybe you're really feeling the presence of that toxicity in your life that is taking away from the sophistication, the comfort, the wealth, the your value that you know you are entitled to. The Nine of Pentacles is all about, Pentacles are all about material. They're also known as coins. It's about, yeah, it also implies emotional fulfillment, but it's also physical and monetary fulfillment. Maybe you're not the richest, the like Ten of Pentacles energy, where you don't need to think about money and you have the career that you wanted. You're leaving the legacy behind. You have your family with that single family house with a white picket fence, maybe there's dogs, cats, whatever your vision is. The Nine of Pentacles is right below that. It's okay, so you're not there. So maybe you look at your bank account and you're like, okay, I'm emotionally fulfilled with what I'm doing. I'm secure, I'm stable, but I can't get a dog right now. Or I have to work a little bit to get that home, or before I get that home. Or I'm still working on building that loving relationship that I want or need. It's all going to take time. Nine of Pentacles, you're not feeling any of that. You're not even seeing the rewards from the Eight of Pentacles and all the hard work and developing that skills. You are experiencing the opposite. You are feeling insecurity, financial loss. Like you're not, like, yeah, you might be emotionally stable, but the financial difficulties that you're dealing with is really taking a toll on you. Maybe that's why the devil energy came out first. The devil has to do with toxicity, regardless of how that shows up. It can be as people in your life, it can be in the form of a relationship, whether it be friend, family, lover, boss, whatever. Um, it could be a place. It's anything that tricks you to get off of you seeing the true you, whatever it is you're working on into form, not keeping yourself focused on that big vision and maybe ignoring your psychic stability, not seeing what you're thirsty for. That's what the devil is all about. It's also bringing us down and keeping us in whatever stuck energy that we're feeling. We've got that. We start off with so far with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Now the Hierophant's at the bottom of the deck, so interesting. This is this is quite interesting. What else do we need to know right now, Spirit? What else does our soul need to know for our highest and greatest good? Secrets are coming to light because we have the Moon card in reverse. Whatever these are, they're just, it could be emotions, it could be anything. It could be something in the physical realm where you're just very ignorant of it right now. But as you can see, because it's in reverse, the moon's in the opposite direction, and everything is coming to light. Whatever was now in the darkness is being brought to the light. It's still pretty dark, but it's all whatever is in the dark cannot stay in the dark forever. Once the light is introduced, it gets rid of darkness, it gets rid of those shadows, and so on and so forth. I'm taking the biggest secret or realization that came up, given that it's a Six of Pentacles, has something to do with an unequal give and take of energy. Whether it was time, money, um, effort, anything. Energy is all around us. Um, Maybe you gave more than somebody else. Person, place, or thing. It doesn't have to be another individual. I think that's a lot. That's the first thing a lot of us tend to go for. Um, or maybe you were the one that took too much. Maybe you were just taking 3003 near numbers if that's significant for you. Um, Either way, whether it was you giving or you constantly receiving, there was an unequal exchange of energy. Because if you look here, you've got our person, they're at the top, they're singing, or not singing, but they're playing a musical instrument. And from this Quasimodo, Hunchback of Notre Dame can see water is coming out and there is money in that water. And it is going down to the ground where new plant is being sprung up. And it's just this constant cycle. This human soul is playing music for the water to flow out of this eruption, whatever it's called. The water is flowing down, nourishing the plant, not only emotionally, but physically, and it's coming into light, and it's providing this circle of equal giving and taking. But like there's one thing. That's not happening. The water, it almost like, it looks like it wants to come back down in this direction. 3124. Again, it's all in the reverse. It looks the opposite. That this plant isn't getting the nourishment that it needed. It didn't get the nourishment that it needed. And again, that's probably why this devil energy is coming up, because right now we are not satisfied, we're not sophisticated, we're feeling some financial hardship, and we've got these secrets coming to light about this unequal exchange. One second, Luna came in and I've been hearing some help outside. Let me close that back door. Luna's my dog, by the way. She's been awesome so far. However, if she starts to make any noise or you start to hear her presence in the background, that is also confirmation for what we are experiencing today. I didn't realize we need some. Oh, wow. Okay. So we have the High Priestess in reverse in Eight of Swords. Before we get into the Eight of Swords, can we talk about the High Priestess for a moment? Like, so the High Priestess, deeply rooted in the divine feminine energy. It's being one with the divine and your intuition, your wisdom. You know you are one with spirit and you are co-creating with spirit to make that life that you want and help bring it into fruition and all that jazz. And here's the thing with the High Priestess. Your intuition is so strong to the point where it freaks people out. And when I say freaks people out, like again, psychic abilities are enhancing. Maybe you're starting to call out things, or maybe like the best way I can describe is when you're in movies and you're watching a movie with somebody who just constantly talking throughout the entire fucking movie. Sorry, I swear, I was trying not to swear, but I make no promises. And whatever they're saying, three, three, four, three, 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 as I'm saying it, they're just speaking to them the whole time. You're getting aggravated. But what they're saying is predicting what's going to happen. And maybe that's getting you even more annoyed because I want to be surprised. That's the thing with the High Priestess. The High Priestess is about having that kind of intuition. That you're no bullshit. You have your third eye activated with the High Priestess. You can see things and you're able to call things out. You have a wisdom way beyond your years. Light makes it freaky. And chances are, it's usually because people look at you and they're like, yeah, also, 34 I said that. People will look at you and think like, no, she's too young, she doesn't know that, she doesn't have a lot of life experience. Well, I have done more living than this person has probably did, and that's not true. The High Priestess is showing otherwise, that you have, thank you, an intuition that's wiser beyond your years, which is why you have that owl, and it's very grounded with the trees. Like it's still at night. There is still darkness, and the darkness is coming to light, but she is flying. She even has a pomegranate. It looks like a pomegranate. I don't know the significance of pomegranates, but no. After this, I will look up and share that with you. Oh, I also see seashells, like conch shells, like right there looks like the conches. You've got the shelling of other conches. Nice. Maybe that's significant to you. That is all what the High Priestess is about, though. This High Priestess came up in reverse. That means it's not being listened to right now. You can still be wise. You can still have a huge intuition that you're listening to, and your third eye could still be activated, but you're ignoring something. There is something where you're not seeing maybe the true you, and it's preventing you from bringing this into form. Oh, wow. I'm at my grandmother's house. I don't stay here all the time. And she has a clock, also a bird. It's not the correct time because it doesn't go off right at the top of the hour. But whenever that clock feels like it's hit the top of the hour, sound will go off. And you hit that too. Um, so which means you are still in your high priestess energy, but no, since it came up into reverse, there's something your intuition is trying to tell you, and you're not listening to it right now, for whatever reason. Maybe you're scared, maybe you're in denial, maybe there's something that you're like, no, I'm not ready, but here it is. Let me tell you, sweetheart, you are. You are ready. You are more than ready. Not only are you more than ready, you have been working towards this. Whatever you have been working towards. Like, you have been putting in time, you have been putting in effort, and I say this because I am channeled in with the divine right now. I know what I am saying is coming from them because I can feel it in me, and this is often words and ways that I am speaking right now. That if you did teach me during, like, if you've ever been to one of my Pilates classes or talked to me outside of this reading setting and teaching, you can tell in my voice and in my tone. Things are they're different right now. And it's because it's a different situation. Um, but there is something that your intuition is trying to tell you. It has something to do with your psychic ability, um, and your feminine energy that's being enhanced. Give yourself that moment to enhance it, stay in alignment, and allow yourself to grow. I felt on that card in that line for a reason, which is I think why this came up in the reverse, 37, 37, as I said that. Um, there's something that you need to expand your view upon. Um, I don't get the idea of limited mindset coming from a place where you don't feel like this is enough or that there isn't enough to go around. First off, remember, cosmos is huge. There is enough sweetness. The universe, the cosmic source, whatever you call it, will not. And I'll move on to the next phase of our journey. But there are countless examples in the Bible, and first off, I'm not one of those that has memorized any of it by any means, but I do remember when studying theology back in high school. There are three instances that I'm thinking of right now. The first one in the Old Testament was Abraham and Hagar, his concubine that Sarah found for him because Abraham was told he was to have a son. His wife Sarah thought he was full of shit and found a concubine for him because she was not able to have any more children. She had already gone through menopause. That was not a thing that was in the cards for her. 39:12, as I had said that. Um, so she found Hagar. Hagar gave birth to Ishmael. And for those of you who are familiar with that, Sarah did end up having her child, Isaac. Jealousy was created from that and banished Hagar and Ishmael into the desert. The story goes from there that God provided them with food. I don't know what food it was, but He provided them with sustenance. I don't in terms of like I think it was like money and other stuff, survivor kind of shit. But I digress. The point is they did not die. They did not starve. They survived. Did they thrive? No. They got banished out into the desert. And the person who did that to them did want them to die. But I digress. Um, then the other part that I think of is both in the New Testament. The one is the wedding of Cana when they ran out of wine. Jesus turned the water into wine so they could celebrate. And then one of the many, many times in the Bible where Jesus was doing one of his teachings, uh, the mountain and the field. Um, I remember there's one thing, I don't remember how, there were two pieces of fish or two fishes. I forget how many loaves of bread. I want to say three. So two and three make five. Two is a number of keeping going. Three is a number of divine consciousness. And so two, 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 keep going. Good things like go. Hello there, friends. Nice to see you. Glad for you to join. And then three is Christ consciousness. That you're definitely feeling trapped in your situation. Um, you're not able to see a way out. There's a lot of turmoil, a lot of anguish, a lot happens with the Sword card. Um, but here's the thing with the Eight of Swords. Um, as you can see, although there are swords around this beautiful swan, and there are thorns surrounding her or them, they do have wings. And the thorns and the swords aren't preventing them from flying. So again, get a little clear, meditate a little bit, see what you need, where's that opportunity, and maybe you're just missing right now. That's going to provide you with that way to get out of the situation that you're currently in. Um, I'm looking at this now. Ooh, I just realized right now there's a hummingbird right there. Hummingbirds are huge for being present in the moment. So maybe that's the biggest takeaway that we need to get from the Eight of Swords. Stop worrying about other stuff. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Maybe that's it. Um, Focus on being present. Be in the moment. Be with who you are, who you're meant to be with. Maybe it's friends, maybe it's family, maybe it's solitude. I say that because a lot of us don't like to be alone. Swords. There are some that what was this other card? Oh, Five of Pentacles. So there's a challenge with this new beginning because you're feeling left out. So you do have Four of Pentacles. And there's a butterfly here. Butterflies are also why you did yellow. The acceptance, um, sorry, just also looking at the Wheel of Fortune, because that came out with the King of Wands too, where it flipped over in the deck. It came into the I think it's better to focus on everyone growing than bringing people down. Just like I said, Cosmos is huge. There is sweetness for everyone. So yeah, they're experiencing some form of karma, whether they are experiencing bad karma or they want you to get bad karma. Since the Seven of Swords came out now, I'm assuming there was some betrayal, some backstabbing, some lies, some secrets that were kept in the dark, that now are probably coming to light. Because again, we had the moon earlier. So yeah, things are really coming with this moon. All right, we are getting a little long. I won't let this go half an hour. But next card that was revealed is it's a kind of healing. We've got the Four of Swords in reverse. So either you've already done some healing or you're finishing up that rest of the healing, or you're in this moment done the majority of the grunt work. Pentacles it is. It's about waiting. There's still more work to be done, but there's some of the fruit is still on the there. Maybe she's not. But then she's got she is a man. She's not man-made, but self-made, human-made woman. Nurturing, grounded, smart, wise. Um, Beautiful energy to really be part of. It's also Earth sign energy, um, which is Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. I always have to think about that one. It's beautiful, beautiful, that beautiful grounded energy that I got from her. And she also has a moon above her head with a star. Never noticed that before. You've got the tree, the moon, and the she's the Aphrodite Pentacles. Um, Yes. All right. Other two cards that came out is the Hierophant and the Five of Swords in the reverse. So the Hierophant is all about commitment or higher level of commitment, societal norms, going with maybe what more societal standards might mean, or just bringing it to the next level, whatever it might mean. But it is in terms of traditionally what is in alignment with society. So, like first things that are coming to mind right now is maybe if you are in a relationship, this could be your partner wanting to bring things to the next level, whether it's moving in with you, engaging, or yeah, wedding proposal, or maybe your wedding is coming up. I don't know. Or maybe it's a female energy that you just feel like within yourself, you are now stable and grounded, and you're stepping into this higher level of commitment with you. Um, no, give me the punch. Um, thank you. But no, not a big fan of punching. Unless I read that specifically, my apologies. Um, but thank you. You are also very kind and peaceful. Um, yes, maybe I see there's a higher level of commitment coming in for you, but I feel like this might be more with yourself rather than with those around you, or maybe with something else that might be happening. I see this as something more in your world, your realm, your purview, perspective, whatever it might be, that is getting into this higher level. And yeah, I see it as you getting into a higher commitment with you. Maybe it's self care. You're no longer giving you, and you're just giving that back to yourself. Good on you. I love it. I love it so much. Good. You're getting out of this time of tension. You're getting out of fighting. This is acting beautiful. I love it so much. All right. Whoop. Okay. Last two cards, and then we'll ask for some advice. So final card that we have is the Hermit in reverse and the Knight of Cups in reverse. So you're getting out of hermit mode. You're no longer staying inside your little hole, if you will. I am very, very guilty of staying in my little hole. I love my hole. I love my solitude. But there's balance. It's a time for you to come out of hermit mode. It's a time for you to go see the world, to unleash your gifts that the universe has given to you. Um, to keep going. And I'm just looking at these other oracle cards that are just really popping up right now. Like, yes, there's not anything coming in that's going to be emotionally fulfilling at this time, whether this be from a person or somebody else, because we've got our Knight of Cups. There we go. Knight of Cups in the reverse, and that's all about emotional communication coming in, platonic or not platonic, 5555, as soon as I said that. There is something emotionally that's just not happening right now. And it should. You deserve it. You're worthy of it. What advice do you need to know right now, Spirit? Wow, that was nice. That was fast. Knight of Wands, King of Cups. Woo, beautiful. And the Hanged Man. So advice is to take swift action, not aggressive swift action. So whenever I see the Knight of Wands, I always think of that song. It's like, I'm coming in hot. That, like, you're coming in hot. You're not coming in slow. You're not, you're not the other knight. You're not the Knight of Swords. You're not being aggressive. You're not bulldozing over things. But you're also, the next slowest card would be the Knight of Cups. You're not, you still have some speed behind you. Not only do you have speed, you've got passion, you've got desires, you have things that are coming to light, that's bringing this into light. I also just realized, both, not for the lion, but it's lion-esque. Both the lion or that creature and this knight is looking off to the side. You also have the King of Cups. Doesn't matter whether you're masculine or feminine, but that does mean that at this time, regardless of how you identify, you are rooted in your masculine energy, emotional masculine energy. You know, like um, you're cool as a cucumber. Like no matter how hard people try to get you riled up, you are just you don't let it show. You don't let your anger. There's a book that my younger cousin would read. I don't know what it's called, but the context is about emotions and how to prevent your emotions from bubbling over. And it's used as a volcano. When the volcano is inactive and it's quiet, it's nice and calm. When you start to feel those emotions come up, it starts to bubble a little bit, and then when you really need to let it out, it explodes. The King of Cups gives me that first stage that I talked about. You're not letting your emotions get the best of you, no matter how much it's tried to get to that bubbling point or to that eruption point. You're keeping it all in. You are nurturing. You are in tune with your emotions. You know your wants, your needs, your desires, how to communicate them. You are a king. We all have masculine and female, feminine energy, but you're in your royal power. Seahorse at the top. Seahorses are beautiful. Um, I don't know the significance of that in terms of I don't know what seahorses mean. But if me saying that means anything to you, especially these turtles, these turtles, please get a quick Google and see spirituality wise what that means to you. There is a sacrifice though that needs to be made. Hangman is all about finding the balance and making sacrifices because again we're working towards things, but not everything that we've had in the past can come along with us. That hangman signifies for me you gotta let go of the things that you can't to for whatever reason. And that's why you're hanging because you're suspending. You're trying to hold on to not falling and staying on that branch, but really it's not helping you. It's just causing you to just be in this uncomfortable state where your head's going down to the ground and your hands are tied behind your back and you just don't know what way is up or upside down and you're just hanging around looking at everything from a different perspective. Um, so um, there are a sacrifice that needs to be made and maybe right now you're like, I don't know what to sacrifice. Maybe that's, ooh, that fell out of my hands. So uh, maybe there is something where you need to sacrifice and flip your perspective to see what it is that needs to be sacrificed. Um, so you don't have to hang anymore. Um, also, what I find beautiful here is in the trees, there are these figures. I don't know if you can see them. I'm trying to portray them as much as I can. So that tells me that you're not alone. You're never alone, ever. I think we all know that. But even if you do feel physically alone and abandoned, you're not because spirit's with you. So take that time to talk with them. Your guides always want to talk to you. They always want to be with you. They want to support you in whichever way that they possibly can. Um, they want to get you out of this hanging position. They don't want to see you in the hanging position, but they also know it's necessary for you to be there in order to flip this perspective. And they're the ones that are talking to you to try and help you to flip that perspective. So that's the advice. The advice is stay grounded. Let go of everything that you don't need to do. Retain your confidence, your passions, your desires. Keep working towards them. Come in hot towards them, man. Um, again, that's all I'm hearing. Come in hot. Yeah. You're coming in. You're getting ready. You're beautiful. And you deserve to have that beauty to be showed to the world. All right. Last but not least, any last words? Whoa. Yes, that was fast. I didn't even have to finish asking the question. All right, last words for our viewer that they need to know that I did not say. Ooh, Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So everything. This entire reading is about how to achieve your Ten of Pentacles, how to complete that legacy, how to get your dreams, whatever they look like. Like remember, Ten of Pentacles represents your single family house, outing wherever you want with the nice white picket fence and the dog and the family with the kids, and maybe you get to the point with his grandkids, and you get the picture. It's that end result. It's keeping the bigger picture in mind. So to help us keep that bigger picture in mind, um, once you, once you ground yourself, really listen to your passions, desires, maybe the Kundalini as a reference to figure out like, does this agree with me? Does this not agree with me? You would know better. Um, but essentially, judgment is what it is. It's Judgment Day. It's you're called upon something. You learned your lesson. Now that you are aware of something, or not learned your lesson, but now that you're aware of something that you're doing incorrectly, you need to fix it. It's time to fix it. Face the judgment to fix it. Um, and the reason why I say this as like extra words that you need to say is because the advice was not everything from your past can come with you. And I feel like that's even more confirmed with the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is all about nostalgia, looking in the past, feeling that safety, that security. It's the comfort zone card, but more specifically in a home like this. Like, it represents a lot of childhood wants, needs, desires, comfort. So once you sacrifice, sorry, it looks like the door is open. I want to make sure I keep the dog safe. Um, what I'm guessing is their soul contract, because we all agreed to do what we do before we even came onto this earth. We picked our parents, we picked where we were going to live, we picked the schools we were going to go to. In fact, we even talked to the souls who did us dirty while we were on earth and agreed to that dirty work to be done before it happened. So, um, with that said, part of that conversation that happened in the cosmos before we came. We're looking at everything right here. We can have a little bit of everything. So don't limit yourself by absolutely asking questions. Um, but yeah, thank you for spending time with me. I really appreciate you. I hope you found this information helpful. If you do love coffee, so feel so support me by buying me a But yeah, thank you, beautiful souls. It was lovely, beautiful, and amazing just spending some time with you. Take care. Have an awesome day.